Today is November 20th. It is a B day. And objective number 5 is how does a karyotype determine gender? So we are going to be looking at karyotypes. We're going to be looking at different chromosomes. And we're going to be doing a little bit of review. So I need you guys to go to question number 5. I'm sorry, question number 4 from Friday. Somebody raise your hand and tell me about objective number 4 because I want to go over that. What does objective 4 say, Jay?
Will determine. Well, wait.
What's the probability?
What's the probability that you will get a brown-eyed child if both parents are heterozygous?
Thank you. What does the term heterozygous mean? Let's go over the term. They're saying both parents are heterozygous. You want me to sing the song? Yeah, some people hate it, some people like it. I'm different. Yes, I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my different genes. One's dominant, one's recessive. Heterozygous because I'm different. Dominant is going to be what kind of letter, Chloe? Uppercase or lowercase? Dominant. Uppercase. And recessive is what kind of letter, Juliana? Lowercase. One's dominant, one's recessive. Heterozygous because I'm different. So if both parents are heterozygous, what does their genes look like, Selena? Take out a blank sheet of paper and work with me, everybody. On your paper, you should be making a box with 4 squares. What's that called again? What is it called? This chart is called what, Lex? Punnett square. Good. Selena, what was the question I asked you? Yeah, what do their genes look like if they're heterozygous? They're brown-eyed heterozygous parents. What do their genes look like? Good job. Uppercase B and lowercase b. Where do I put those letters for the father? On the top. 1 letter per each box. Uppercase B, lowercase b. That's the father's alleles. Dana, what's the mother's alleles? What are the mom's alleles? Well, they're both heterozygous. What does that mean? They're the same or different? Heterozygous, because I'm different. So if dad has a big B and a little b, are those the same or different? Different. So what does mom have? Big B, little b as well. Big B, little b. Let's make this little b a different color so we can see it. All right. What goes in the first box, Anthony? Excellent. And what color eyes would that be? Good. How do you know that? Perfect. What goes in this box, Isabella? Careful. You're going down and you're also going across. So go down first. Lowercase b. Now go across. Uppercase B. Good, because that B comes from here. All right. Somebody tell me, Tadra, what goes in this box? Good job. Are these homozygous or heterozygous, Tadra? Heterozygous. So both of these are going to be the same color. What color is this, Rael? Brown. How do you know that? Yes, you only need how many dominant genes to show the dominant trait? You only need half. You only need 1. So heterozygous is always going to be dominant. What goes here? Control. How do you know that? We're going, yes, you're going down and across. What color is this? 2 lowercase b's are going to be what color? How do you know that? Yeah, they're both recessive. Excellent job. Okay, so the question was, Quaya, what % chance, what is the probability that you're going to get a brown-eyed child if we're both heterozygous? What's the probability you're going to get a brown-eyed child if we're both heterozygous? Okay, let's see. Here's 1 brown eye out of how many? There's 4 of them. How many brown eyes altogether? 3 out of how many? 4. So I have a 3 out of 4 shot. What's the % chance? Well, 50% would be half. So what is 3 out of 4? Think of it as terms of quarters, right? There's 4 quarters here. So 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters. What's 3 quarters? 3 quarters. Three like physical quarters. You have 3 quarters. Right? 3 quarters? You go and your mom gives you 3 quarters. How much money does she give you? 75 cents. I know. Everything in terms of money is so much easier, right? All right, so think about it in money. So 3 quarters is how much money? I mean, what probability? 75% chance you're going to have what color eyes? Brown eyes. Write that on your pink paper, please. Let me just check and see if somebody's raising their hand. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. You can. What is the probability to get blue eyes? 1 out of 4. So when you throw a coin, are you always going to get heads? No, sometimes you get tails. When you roll a dice, you're always going to get number 1? No, sometimes you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every time this family has a baby, given their genes, they have a 1 in 4 shot of getting a blue-eyed baby. Could they have all blue-eyed babies? Yeah. It's pretty rare, though, because they have a 1 out of 4 shot every time. If they have 4 babies, what are the odds if they had 4 babies? Yes, that's the odds. 3 will have brown, 1 will have blue. But if they have 4 babies with blue eyes, what were those odds? Do you know how to do this? 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Times 4 is 64. What's 64 times 4? 1 out of 256. That's how, those are, do you think that somebody's going to have that? Those are high odds, but they're not as high as the lottery, so they could. People win the lottery, people can have 4 blue-eyed babies with heterozygous genes, right? You know my story? I have brown eyes. The person that, yes. Anyway, has blue eyes, and together the children have blue eyes. They all have blue or green eyes, and I have brown eyes. So every single time I had a 50-50 shot of having what kind of eyes? 4 babies, 50-50 shot. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. I had a 1 out of 16th chance of having blue-eyed babies. They all have blue eyes. It's 50-50 shot, and every single time I got blue eyes. It's like 4 times you make a quarter go on heads in a row. That happens. Does it happen a lot? No. But it happens. All right. Today's question, who wants to read it? We already read it, but let's do it again. What's today's question? Go ahead, Jason. How does a karyotype determine gender? Excellent. Before we get there, though, we're going to look at SpongeBob because SpongeBob has good words that we need to review. So please get to packet page 5 in your yellow notes. Page 5 looks like this. Yeah, the different yellow notes. Manila notes. All right, Manila notes, page 5. There we go. All right, so the top says scientists have been investigating the genetic makeup of the organisms in this community. Use the information provided in your knowledge of genetics to answer each question. For each genotype, please indicate whether or not it's heterozygous or homozygous. You can't fit the whole word in here, so you're going to abbreviate. Adriana, what does heterozygous mean? Yes, they're different genes. What does homozygous mean? They're the same. So you're looking for differences versus the same. So the first one is an example, Koya. Are these 2 uppercase letters, are they the same or different? They're the same. So what did Adriana tell us? Which one was same? Homozygous or heterozygous? Homozygous. So you're going to put a big H and a little O over here. All right, you have 60 seconds to do all these. Go. Are we good? All right, ready? This one, Sarah, what is this? Heterozygous or homozygous? So the choices are heterozygous, that means different, and homozygous means the same. They are? Good job. Schneider. Thank you. Shay. Thank you, Tedra. Thank you, Titiara. Grazie, Victor. That one. Thank you. This one, Kanye. Thank you. Lexi Lou. Thank you, Linz. Thank you. Juliana. Good. And Shantae. Grazie, grazie. All right. So which genotypes are purebred? What does purebred mean? Purebred means what, Rael? Homozygous. Give them all to me. Start in the beginning. Let's go across. Big T, big T. Say it like that. Big T, big T. Good. Thank you. Thank y'all. Grazie. Good. Excellente. Matthew, tell me which ones are hybrids. Which ones are hybrids? I know. Get your paper out. Natalia, which ones are hybrids? Good. Big B, little b. Go. Good. Excelente. Thank you. There are half as many hybrids as there are pure. How come? Pure, wouldn't that be harder to get? Yeah, there's half as many. Why? There's only two alleles. So you can have uppercase T, and lowercase t, or uppercase and lowercase. There's only 3 possibilities. All right, here are the words you need to know. On number 2, determine the phenotype for the genotype. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's my phenotype after all? When I look in the mirror, what do I physically see? What's my phenotype? Yes. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's my phenotype after all? My genotype I keep hidden. My genotypes are in my genes. These are my alleles. Phenotypes are my physical traits. So yellow is dominant to blue. So what letter is yellow going to be? Yellow is dominant to blue. Uppercase Y. Yellow is big Y. That's yellow. If you need to, write it down. And they said yellow is dominant to blue. What's blue's letter, Lindsay? If yellow is uppercase Y, what's blue's letter? Yes, lowercase y. Good job. All right, so big Y, Kentrell. What is that, yellow or blue? Good. Big Y, little y, Bailey. What is that? Well, yellow is dominant to blue. So tell me what big Y is. And what is little y? Okay, so I have a big Y and a little y. What do I have? I have a yellow and a blue, but I have to be what? You said it. Yellow. Why is it yellow, Sarah? Why is big Y, little y yellow? Why isn't it blue? I have one of each. Yes, because there's one dominant. There's 2 genes there. Dominant and recessive. Who's always going to win, Quaya? Dominant wins. If there's one dominant there, it has to be dominant. What's here, Quaya? Blue. How do you know? It's recessive. There's no dominant genes. Oh, you guys are too smart. All right, go ahead, Shantae. What's here? Square shape is dominant to round. So big S equals square. And what does little s equal? Round. So little s is round. So if I have 2 big S's, Shantae, what am I? Square or round? Good. Juliana, big S, little s? Yes. Why am I square? Sarah? Excellent. 2 little s's, Bailey. Thank you. Why is this round, Jason? Thank you. Perfect. 2 recessives mean round. Okay, tall head T is dominant to short. Big T is dominant to short. If I have the phenotype of tall, what's my genotype? What are my alleles, Shawnee? Two uppercase T's. Good. Is that the only way I could be tall? There's another possibility, Dominic. What's the other one? Big T, little t. Good. There's only one way, Michael, to be short. What is it? Ah. Okay, watch. Big T is tall. Big T, little t is short. They said T is dominant. What's recessive? Read this with me. A tall head, T, is dominant to a short T. What's recessive? Big T is dominant. Short T is recessive. What if I'm short, what letters do I have? Two small T's. Good. Wake up, buddy. Pink body is dominant to yellow. What are the ways I can get a pink body? What are the ways I can get a big body, Chloe? Pink body. What are the ways? Well, now you need to pay attention. How do I get a pink body? Look, read. Pink body color, P, is dominant to yellow, P. How do I get a pink body? Uppercase P, uppercase P. What's the other way? Write it for me, Alyssa. Good morning, 1403. May I help you? Hi. You can only go on it if you are on Internet Explorer, not Chrome. Okay? You're welcome. Bye. All right. Big P, little p. Excellent. Why is this also pink? Why is it also pink, Kanye? Yes, thank you. Uppercase P is dominant. Yellow body, Chloe. Yellow body is recessive. So what do I need? Yes, two little p's. Why, Selena? Exactly. All right, you guys have exactly 3 minutes to work on 4 and 5. If you pick to work with a partner, you may, or you can work alone. 3 minutes, go. SpongeBob has a square body, but he's not purebred. He's heterozygous, correct? So if he's heterozygous, what are his letters that represent his square body, Juliana? Good. S's look the same, so you really want to make them different sizes. Now, Susie, according to question number 2, is round. So what are her letters for round? Susie's round. So what are her letters? Somebody tell me what Susie's letters are. Little s, little s. So go back to the problem, and we give Susie her 2 little s's. In the first box, give me all the boxes, Sarah. What goes in this box? Big S, but we get a little s from Susie. Good. What goes here? Little s, little s. Good. What goes here? I know. That's why it's hard. You got to make them really tiny. Good. And what goes here? That's little, yes. Little, little. So they want to know all the genotypes. Genotypes are my type of genes. This would be the genotype. So give me the different kinds of genotypes, Christian. There's always S, but we need what kind of S's? Good. Good, and that's it. Uppercase, lowercase, and 2 little ones. So this is going to be what phenotype. Remember phenotype? Mirror, mirror on the wall. What's my phenotype after all, Tiara? What's my physical traits? The first guy is not round. What is he? Square because it's dominant, and round. Yeah, let's just go in order so it's good for us to remember. All right, so how many out of 4? It's a box out of 4. So how many are going to be square out of 4, Liz? 2. How many are going to be round? Obviously, 2. So it's 50-50 shot that we have square or round when we have a round and a heterozygous. But this is different now. Both of the Patrick and his Patty are both pink heterozygous. So what does that mean for the genes, Shawnee? What kind of letters? Yeah, they're both capital and lowercase. So you have to be careful when you draw them because you don't want to make a mistake. So I put a little dot next to the P so that I know it's little. Because when you look at this, it doesn't really look little. Sometimes you make a mistake. So let's look at the first box. What are we getting, Natalia? Good. Keep going. Good job. Keep going. Excellent. And the last box is different. What goes there? Excellent. So the possible genotypes, there's 3 different genotypes. What are they, Rael? Possible genotypes, the genes I have. You could have 2 smalls, you're right. What else? 2 bigs and a big and a small. Look, 2 bigs, big and a small, and 2 smalls. Good job. Phenotype. Somebody tell me what 2 bigs are. 2 bigs, what color? 2 big peas are what color? Pink. A big pea and a small pea. Pink again. And then 2 little peas, Johnny. 2 little peas are yellow because they're both what? Recessive. Good job. What are the chances of having a pink body? So what color is this one? Pink. Good. What color, Matthew, is this one? What color is this one, Tay? Pink. And then what color is this one? It's yellow. Obviously, these colors don't match what they really are. So how many are pink, Isabella? 3 out of 4. Good. What percentage is that, Anthony? Excellent. How many are yellow, Bailey? And what percentage is that? 25%. Good. So what percent chance we're going to have a yellow child would be, well, a yellow Patrick would be 25%. Because Patrick and Patty both have the recessive trait. Even though they don't show it, they're hiding it. So they have a chance. Okay. You need to skip the next page and go right to page 20. I'm sorry, go to page 7, please. Page 7. Okay, good. We're looking at karyotypes. Scientists look at karyotypes because they want to determine your gender, but sometimes they also find diseases on the karyotypes, your chromosomes. Your chromosomes are never organized pretty like this. They're always in your nucleus all bunched up. And because they're bunched up, the scientist actually has to organize them. Back in the day when I was a kid, we'd organize these in biology class by cutting them out on paper and placing them together based on the ones that looked alike. So when they organize them, the scientists, they put them together based on size. Remember our little activity with the socks? They were lined up on the clothesline, but the other socks were scattered all over the place. That's what the chromosomes look like inside of your nucleus. They're scattered all over the place. The only time they line up is when they're going to divide. So if I took a piece of your DNA, I don't know if your cell is going to divide. What am I, that smart? I'm psychic. Ooh, I can see some mitosis happening. Let me take your DNA. Scientists don't know that. They don't have all the chromosomes lined up. They're going to get them jumbled mess like this. Then they have to organize them. So if there's a mommy that's having a baby and she's at risk pregnancy, they'll put a big needle in her belly and take amnio from the belly, and that will determine if there's any disorders for the baby. Will it tell them all of them? No, but most of them. It'll also tell you the gender, because we're going to map out all of your chromosomes. We're going to put them together, and we're going to look for certain abnormalities, and we're going to look for certain things that'll tell me the gender. All right, so let's look at this picture. This picture right here. Somebody read to me what the syndrome is. What's the name of that syndrome, Anthony? Down syndrome. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? They highlighted it for you. What did they highlight in Down syndrome? The 21st pair. All of our chromosomes come in pairs. What's different about the 21st pair, Tiara? There's 3 of them. There's supposed to be how many? 2. This person doesn't have 46 chromosomes. They have 47. This person has Down syndrome. So what happens is they have an enlarged heart. They have a broad nose. They have a slower capability of learning. They have deficits. It's not their fault. Their chromosome interfered. This is a person as well that has a problem. They have an extra chromosome also. Where do you find where is their extra chromosome? How many pairs of chromosomes do we have? 46 total, 23 pairs. That's my 22nd pair. Look at my 23rd pair. What does this person have on the 23rd pair, Christian? Yeah, X and Y, but there's an extra X. They have two X's and one Y. They have an extra chromosome. These are disorders that you can research. We're not going to talk about what they are now until your research paper is due because I want you to do the research. Research this. What happens if you have an extra X? What happens if you have an extra Y? Can people have more than one Y? Yeah, there's so many possible disorders. You need to research them. They can be extra X's. You can have only one X chromosome and no Y. No second X. There's different disorders that you should research. All right, so here are your notes. Humans on your 23rd pair determines our gender or our sex. The first page of this PowerPoint had dogs' chromosomes. Anybody remember how many chromosomes dogs have? Altogether, they have 78. So their 39th pair determines their gender. Our 23rd pair determines our gender. So right here, the last one is going to determine our gender. The last set. And that last set is going to be a frozen computer. The last set is an X and a Y. What does that mean? Your chromosomes right here, they look nice and pretty. They're all together. They don't look like that, really. Look at the chromosomes. You unravel them, you get the DNA, you get the genes. They look like this under an electron microscope. They're not colored. They're black and white. But we colored them so we could discriminate against them. Your chromosomes look like little Cheetos. These chromosomes, they're super enlarged on the electron microscope. Determine your gender. If you have two X's, anybody want to guess what you're going to be? Two X's will make a what, Matthew? It's going to make a girl. You're right. What about an X and a Y? It's going to make what, Tiara? A male. So females are X and X and males are X and Y. So on your notes, it says underneath in humans, the gender is determined on the 23rd pair. It also says what males are. Put the letters for male. It also asks you about female. Don't make a mistake because girls aren't listed first in your notes. What's listed first? The boys, so be careful. Boys are XY, girls are XX. All right, so the eggs, if girls have XX, the only thing she could give you is an X. Boys have an opportunity to give you an X or a Y. So boys have the ability to determine the gender of the baby. Mommies can only give you X's, but daddies can give you X's or Y's. So if you're a boy, your dad gave you a Y. If you're a girl, your dad gave you an X because mom can only give you X's. Make sense? All right. So your sperm cell has an X or a Y. All right, so we're going to make a Punnett square. So if dad has two male gametes, what are the letters in his 23rd pair? What are the alleles for his 23rd pair? The first allele he got from his mother, what did he get? He got an X, you're right. Put an X on top of the Punnett square for dad. Dad got the other allele from his dad. His dad can only give him what, Dana? A Y. You get half of your alleles from your mom, half from your dad. So from your mom, you got an X. If you're a girl, you also got an X from your dad. Okay, so in the first box, we go down and across. What goes in the first box, Quaya? Excellent. And that's going to be a boy or a girl? A girl, good. Ooh, the next box, Juliana. This way. XY, good. Victor, give me this box. XX in the last box, Bailey. XY, so this is going to be what? XX is what, Sarah? Girl. So we have two girls and two boys. So what's the probability of getting a girl? 2 out of 4 or 50%, and a boy is 2 out of 4, 50%. This is nice and easy, right? Okay. Sometimes they say that mommies carry the boys differently. Like they say girls all around and boys are forward, but that's not 100% science. Just sometimes. But also, they also say when you hear the heartbeat that one of the genders is the heartbeat is a lot faster than the other. I don't remember if it's girl or boy. All right, so This is just an example. The gender, the gametes for the boy is XY and the gametes for the girl is XX. You don't have to write any of this down. But gender is determined at fertilization because that's when the two gametes merge or they meet. So, our gene pairs, let's do a little quick review. The 23rd pair has 2 chromosomes. Somebody raise your hand and tell me what gender this baby is and how did you know that? Cantrell, how do you know? Excellent. Is it male? Because X and a Y equals male. Good job. All right. Here's what we need to write down in our notes right now. This X chromosome is very important because males only have 1. So if they get a disease on that X chromosome, they're doomed. They don't have another X to buffer it. And we call these disorders sex-linked disorders. They can only be controlled by the X or the Y chromosome. So girls don't have a Y chromosome. What if there's a disorder on the Y? Will the girls get it? Nope, only the boys. So they get it if it's on the Y and they get it if it's on the X because they don't have anything to buffer. They only have 1 of each. Girls have 2 X's. So if they only get 1 of those genes, they're okay. They get the disease if they get 2. So this is what I mean. Hemophilia. People who have hemophilia cannot clot properly and their blood, they constantly bleed. So back in the day, this is what you're writing, sex-linked traits. That's the only thing. Underneath the Punnett square, you see it? All right, because it says sex chromosomes. X and a Y are your sex chromosomes, right? No, that's the next one. This line is supposed to be sex-linked traits are controlled by sex chromosomes. See it? Examples, hemophilia, colorblindness. Then, sex-linked traits are more common in males. My question to you is why? And I kind of explained it to you. Why is it more common in males? Why do males get more sex-linked traits, Rael? Yeah, there's only 1 X. This is the reason why, and this makes more sense to you now that your brother, right? You have people in your family that have colorblindness. You only need 1 gene if you're a male. But if you're a girl, you need both because you have 2. So sex-linked disorders, this is what you're writing, so, Dana. Sex-linked disorders are more common in men than women because most of the traits are found on the X chromosome, and they're recessive. So if you're a girl, what are your chromosomes? XX. If you get 1 of the genes for colorblindness, well, the other one doesn't have it, you're safe. If you're a boy and you get 1 of the colorblindness genes, well, guess what? There's no other X. You're out of luck. There's nothing to buffer it. You get colorblindness. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.